Marcus is on mount position, and these are the three majors, right? If I'm attacking his hips, my hand's going bridge off, he folds his hips down and he goes cross collar choke. Now, when he does his choke, he makes sure he can't see my face, so his chest goes over my face. So my hands are low into the hips, he attacks my throat. Why?
Because nothing's protecting you.
Well, because I'm not protecting my throat. So you think that's why he puts one hand in, bridge, where's all his weight go? So this is the first thing. So anytime that you're on a higher mount and you see the hands going from here, you guys should be looking to insert your hand into the collar. That's number one. Number two, anytime I go to push my partner away, we're circling our belly button behind the elbow. Anytime I push my partner away, we're circling that belly button to take the armbar. Everyone understand? Number three, if I'm playing super defensive mode, we hit the Kimura. So if I'm here, we just go Kimura. So the three major things are hands on hips is choke. Anytime we push away, we put our belly button behind the elbow. Anytime I play super defensive, we just simply go for the Kimura. Easy, right? Very basic system. Grab your partner, we're just going to have a look at this. So you're going to go person on the bottom, hips, chest, defend. Person on top, just flow with it, nice and easy. You don't have to put this in place. I've got the mount position. As a general rule, anytime that I have the mount position, anytime I have this space here, he can put stuff in there and make a frame and all that. So when I get mount, I want to have my chest as close to his face as possible. I don't be sitting here and trying. So when I get to my mount, I want to kind of be nice and slow. This will do two things. For him to create space, he has to start to push away. When he starts to push away, it's automatically going to put the arm where I want it to be. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back one step. I've got the position from here, and before I close the mount down, he's playing super defensive. I call this a high five. Right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to push my wrist onto his wrist. I straighten my arm and I turn my shoulder to push the arm down. So a lot of times I do it, my arms are bent and we've got a bit of a fight. So what we're going to do from here is really easy. Is I'm here, I lock the arm. So what it does now is all my weight is driving directly down through my arm into his shoulder. If I'm going this way, he can use his spare hand, push my elbow up and manipulate me. Right, so from here, high five, straight down. Everyone understand? Now, ideally I want my elbow between the wrist and the head, but I don't want to hurt my partner. So I push it out. Come under and lock it up. I'm going to rev my hand onto the wrist first. I rev my other hand second. So now if he tries to straighten the arm, it's locked into position. I don't raise this. What I do is I'll lean over it and I'll slowly drag the elbow down towards my knee. So slow motion, guys. It's high five Kimura, lock it in, push it out, lock it up. Rev 1, rev 2, drive it down. I'm not here, I want to be here. So that's really hard for my partner to fight it. Very, very basic. High five Kimura from out. Let's go and hit the Kimura. So think about it this way, right? I want to do two motions. I want to push his hips with my spare hand. I want to turn my pinky to the ceiling. So I push and I turn to get out. So what you think about this way, right, is he wants to take my elbow to the ground. But if I roll my pinky up, it's harder for him to finish it. So if he's revving the motorcycle, he wants my pinky down. So my big job I've got is I've got to roll my pinky up. So now if he starts the Kimura, go. This is really hard. Well, it's harder for him to finish the Kimura. And all I'm doing is I'm rolling my pinky up. Second is, when I push the weight down, it's easy for me to manipulate. Marcus is going to do exactly what he's done, where he's going to cycle behind my elbow. So we're going to stop here. So watch again. So slow motion is, it goes to Kimura. As it's Kimura, I go pinky up, push, bridge, turn, he follows it to the side, and I don't get arm bars, so I'm gonna cup both my hands together and hold my arms super tight. We're just gonna stop here, guys. When my elbow's tight, it's this, is if my elbow comes away from my body, he gets to prize it and attack it. So my elbow must come in. This does two things, right? If my elbow's in, I can get to manipulate his legs and his face because I'm pushing the leg down. Secondly is, if he tries to push the elbow up to armbar, this is really hard because it's locked into position. One more time. So I call this a pinky rescue. So he goes high five Kimura. Number one, I go pinky high. Right, it raises my elbow, gives me workable space. As I push this down, I bridge, I'm pushing, turn, and I rescue. Make sure my elbow's pushing down towards his hips to keep his weight off me. Okay, change partners, 1, 2, 3. So extend it, push. Watch what Marcus does on his right foot. As I push and upgrade, it comes up. So that means that there's no way I can rescue my arm because his weight's onto it. What I'm saying, some of you guys, your knees sit on the ground and it's low, you can't climb up high on your partner to get behind the elbow. And I'm going to be able to get my frame in. So I want you guys to be able to come up onto your right foot and keep your chest, your belly button behind my elbow. So like that. So it's very hard for me to rescue. I want you in this position, please, guys. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go engage, turn, push, bridge, hold. So I'm trying to hold, because he's going to try that arm, so I'm trying to hold down, put that arm in, and hold it nice and deep so it covers the arm bar. So as I get Kimura, 1, 2, bridge, push, trap. And I want this, not that. I want to be as deep as I possibly can. That's going to give me the best opportunity to become a ball, to roll, to re-roll, and to explode. Right, Marcus? So I'm going to do it the correct way. So I'm going to go high five, Kimura, high five, pinky to the ceiling, bridge, rock and roll from here, cup it in, hip escape, and that's going to give me the best opportunity to start to walk to my escapes. Right. The bad way that I see people do is exactly the same. They go here, they go rescue, everything's good, they go here. What they do is they try and push away, which gives you everything because my arms are twisted. So even if I'm here and trying to push away, he's got this big valley to work into. You know, and he can step over, triangle, whatever he wants to do. So I want you guys to make sure that when you finish, you're here and you're here. Like no space. So I'm like a ball, so I can roll. When I'm here, I've given him all the access to everything. Okay, just finish this up, guys. 1, 2, 3. Marcus. So Marcus is on mount. I go high five, salute, push, turn, rescue here. Okay, so the first thing from here is that he doesn't have a good base if he goes for the armbar. Right, so what we're going to do is our hands sit underneath. We're going to use our right hand to flick the top collar open. Our left hand goes deep. Right, so now it's kind of on. Right, he now punches this hand under my armpit behind my head.
Behind his head.
Punch that one behind. That. Pretty tight. So the thing about this choke is he still has the ability to take the armbar. So I've got this choice where I'm kind of be holding here, and all it does is slightly pulls the elbow back towards him. I'm like, okay, I've got to grip fight. As soon as I grip fight, armbar. I'm going to explain to you the choke mechanics. So you've already got the armbar set up. We're in this position from here. So think about it this way is, if you push the collar down to your arm, you're not going to have a choke. Where if you lift the collar open and you lift this hand up. So if you grab the collar. So the biggest fault I see is people push this collar down to that arm, which means that there's a big space behind my neck. Where if you flick it open and you drive that through, it's pretty much on already. So I'm going to defend it. Now, of course you have given you the opportunity, your hand punches to the back of my head. So this is pretty much on. That's okay. I'm tough already. So I want to start to try and. The choke is a really full-on choke, and people are they're gonna push you away to try and get out of it. It's a perfect opportunity to take the armbar. What you've got to acknowledge is this: if they're so desperate to push you away, would you give up the armbar for the choke, or would you continue with the choke? You're going to feel that as you go through. You know, that's one of those, I can't teach you that, or I'm going to try and teach you that. But if you feel that the choke, if you've got that really good grip on that bottom arm, like just keep choking him. If you feel that I'm grip fighting, I'm grip breaking, switch it to the armbar. So the biggest thing that I see is once you've gone on the cross body and we're here, is we're feeding the hand high. Right, and I guarantee everyone's going to come here, which means you've got the perfect opportunity to single wing it. Now, the defense for the single wing is I've got to break this grip. So if I push it down, that puts the choke on. So I'm going to try and push away. Look at that. I've only ever had one person roll belly down. Just so you guys know, don't roll belly down. It's not the correct thing to do. Change partners, 1, 2, 3. The concept I've already spoken about is I want to drive this elbow which way to get my escape. Does everyone, like I want to kind of go here to get my escape. So your job is to lift my elbow up high so I can't go that way. But it has to be behind my head to control me. So I can't use this hand, so I'm going to grab this hand, which means that this hand is now able to get armbar. So as I lift high, take the armbar. So I really need you guys to focus on, so as you get to the, jump on that, so it's slow motion, is Kimura, switch it, boom, here, I hold my hands together. Your hands already in position. Feed it. As I try and block it, just lift your elbow up, put it behind me. Now, that elbow goes backwards, and that elbow goes to ceiling. Pretty much right. As I hand fight, like this hand now is going to push my face down. The circles up, pushes down, steps over, elbow. So I'm trying to keep this arm elevated so I can't turn that way. It also means that the arm's ready for the arm bar. Again, my head. So what I would like to do is, I like to put my elbow down as close to the back of my neck as I can. So yes, that's going to change the choke game immensely. Right, so what I'm saying is, you're here and you push it through. I can kind of squeeze this and fight it, but if you slowly slide your elbow down, it's just going to change the choke immensely. Secondly, it puts you in a better position to armbar. Because what I'm seeing, some of you guys, because you're kind of here, your armbar's falling back 45 degrees that way. So if you're here and you pull this elbow in nice and tight, like from here, I've got a post. So now you've got the ability to slowly leg walk towards my back. Nice. Now flick it over my head. Just flick that over my head. Got it. So now you're in a far better position. Like my elbow is 100% exposed, I'm belly down. So the thing on that choke was the elbow must go deep up behind my back, not behind my head. Secondly is, that's number one thing, if you go to the choke, again, choke position, from me, and he's done everything correctly, like I'm like this, and the guy's super strong. I'm just like, no, I'm not going to tap this cat. Your hand lets go, and your hand comes down and grabs the inside of this. Slowly touch my knee with my hand. Slowly touch my knee with my hand. And now, choke. Because this is a Kimura. I either get Kimura or I roll out of the Kimura. So if you're having trouble with this grip, like so you've gone ha-ha and you've got to just see what nope, take it, push it down, and then, now, just exactly so. You can put your hand, right, just dig this hand deep, and now slowly pull your elbow up to the ceiling. Up and that one, that elbow. And choke. So that's the, it wasn't your choke, it was the microphone digging. Man, I was like, it's got bony, and it stopped, I'm like, it still hurts. Ow. So I need you guys to focus. The hand that's behind there, the elbow, and that'll put by default the bone of your wrist on the carotid. Where if it's here, it's kind of like the flat. So when I pull it in, it turns it so it's the bone. Right, which is, it's better the bone structure drop in the air. Secondly, if I can't get my hand behind, I'll grab it, and all I do is I'll push the other hand down, the single wing hand, and they'll turn belly down, just take the choke. Okay, Marcus's body is positioned below my shoulder blades. So if I'm here, this is going to be harder because you're not going to get the tension. So what's happening with you guys is, if you put this elbow in and do the single wing, it's like I can talk, it's not that bad. But the instant that it slides up nice and high, he now gets a better pull on the choke. So, and also you get a better arm bar as well. So if you're having trouble with the choke, it's generally not your hand, it's your body position. Right. So if you're below the shoulder blades, I've got this space behind my neck. If you squeeze, I can talk. But once you close that space up by going behind it, this puts the choke on immensely. So if you're having issues with the choke, don't let go of the choke. Circle towards them a bit more, towards their head, and you find that this will bring it on a bit better. Okay, just try that 1 or 2 times. Nice one. From compressing. I'm in a bridge, turn to my side, it's automatically going to go to what I call cross body mount. Okay, so as I push this way in the upgrades, boom. Okay, feeds his hand under, wraps it up. So you can do this off the hip escape. It doesn't actually have to be off the Kimura. Anytime that I'm pushing and you get behind the body, I'm going to defend it. So you're going to be able to get access to this from here. Right. So this time, you're gonna find that unless you put your body behind the elbow to push me over, you're going to struggle. So as I bridge, it's really important that as you slide around, you're kind of coming and you're pushing that down. So I understand my arm's in a bad position for the armbar. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to go to my defensive position from here. Feeds it. Now, if I'm being a little bit stubborn and I'm kind of putting my head in low, we're going to slowly shuffle around to north-south. So just walk around, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. And you're going to get this thing called a crank choke. Crank choke. You're basically compressing my head so far down. Your hands there, his wrist will compress to choke me, but it's putting pressure on my neck like a crank. So we'll have a look at that. So guys, just do a small hip escape, person on top, capitalise on the hip escape, go to cross body mount, and have a look at a single wing. 1, 2, 3.